Okay, Taki earlier came up with a good idea in that he started reading or typing out some of the burning questions into chat and we started discussing them. I was trying to unlock Samurai and Ninja at the time, so I said, you know what? Shelve it, stop putting that stuff in stream, and then what we'll do is after I'm done unlocking, I'll go through all the burning questions and we'll discuss them all. They are having a MOG House type of meeting live stream on February 19th, I believe, and they are going to be talking about the future update. I think it's like 1.1, right? And things to come on Horizon, and they're going to be answering some questions. Okay, so they put up the burning questions channel in Discord where you can go ahead and ask a question in Discord, and then people can vote on it. The questions that have the highest votes are more than likely what they're going to be answering. Okay, so what I want to do right now is go through the burning questions, which is why I wanted to stop talking, Zupus, about Ninja and why people don't main it and all that, because I have a feeling, or actually I know, that Ninja is actually one of the big burning questions, and I know we're going to talk about that in a minute, so I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Okay, that's the thing, all MMO tanks always hard to find. Why make it hard? No, you're right, I agree with you on that. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're gonna go for the first one. Standard asks, I agree that it's too early to judge endgame balance until we actually see it in action for a time, but would the dev team be willing to share some initial thoughts on how they plan to go about collecting balance data, as well as the conclusions they're willing to share with the community once they've had time to collect and review it? It's got 173 upvotes and 1 downvote. Honestly, I think that's a really great question. It's a really great topic. I think that might answer a lot of questions that people have about other jobs and going forward, how they're collecting balance data. And like, so for instance, for people that are really complaining about Beastmaster being so overpowered, or Ranger and or Ninja being vastly underpowered, based on how they're collecting sampling data and what they're willing to do about it and this and that, that might give you a little bit of, you know, calm, so to speak. I don't know, man. I think that's a good question. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think about that one? I think it's a really good question, and I think the volume is still a little bit too loud. There we go. That's better. I sure hope they do not nerf anything that can kill the game quite a bit. Oh, I completely agree with you on that. This is what I'm going to say, okay, about this post, right? Question being about balance data. I am going to say that I don't believe that people have played enough, not even endgame, played enough period of jobs, and they play a job for about an hour with very low skill, right? And I mean, like, you know, take Ranger for instance, okay? Cloud, you're saying that Ranger is, you know, booty, right? Let's say Ranger, let's take that into consideration, right? I don't know what level your Ranger is, but let's say that you made it to like level 12 on Ranger. Okay, I don't know how many abilities that you have by level 12. I don't know what your accuracy, your range accuracy is. I don't know, you know, what kind of bow you're using and what kind of arrows you're using. You know what I mean? So all those things factor into the damage of a Ranger. You know, early on in game, I know the Ranger does have a hard time, but once you start getting in your mid to upper 20s and higher, and you start getting, you know, more range accuracy gear, and you start unlocking some kind of like abilities that, you know, increase your accuracy and damage and higher powered bows and or guns, you start doing a lot of damage. You really, really do. And your weapon skills are freaking legit. Your weapon skills are legit, even with piercing. You're 40 plus on 7 jobs. Nice job, Chunky. Man, dude, make some friends. Correct. It's just like when we first get to the dunes. It's too early to judge for nerfs. I agree. It's a good job. It's just booty at the moment because there is no gear. I guess it depends on what level you're at, right? Regret doesn't get good until 33 and 55 with Sidewinder. Okay, you mean Ranger doesn't get good until 33 and 55 with Sidewinder? Okay, so yeah, that's the last thing I'm going to say on that one about the balance. I really think we'll talk about the whole the gear thing a little bit later as well. Okay. Fury and Fel, okay, that one got 174 upvotes and 1 downvote, by the way, and I did upvote it. Grin asked, will Ranger be seeing any buffs changes to make it more viable, as currently it seems like the least used job in the game? The main reason, I'm going to downvote that, and this is why. The main reason why Ranger is the least used job in the game is because of the fact that Ranger is one of the more expensive jobs in the game. Ranger's not one of those jobs that like you buy your arrows one time like a spell and then you're done. You bought it, you're done. No, a Ranger costs money forever. Okay, you need to buy multiple types of arrows, multiple types of weapons. You don't just use a bow and arrow. No, you have to use a bow, you have to have arrows, you have to have crossbow, you have to have various different kinds of bolts. It's a burden on your inventory. There are many reasons why people are not going to be playing Ranger right now. Okay. Yeah, Ranger has always been a rich people class. Bow damage seems pretty low though. What bows are you using? Also, there isn't many choices on bows too. Yeah, bow is going to go up. The choice in bows and guns are going to start going up as the server is out more, people craft more, this and that. Rivas asks, why is Beast allowed to be so much stronger than other jobs, at least in my opinion, when one of the goals of the server was to encourage group play? Okay, I'm going to downvote, honestly, because I'm sick of hearing people complain about Beastmaster. First off, Beastmaster is a solo job. Okay, not saying that Beastmaster can't be played in groups, okay? Beastmaster originally was designed to be a solo job, I believe, right? Okay. Now, the thing about Beastmaster is if there's one job that can level from 1 to 70 effectively on their own and they're doing a good job, I mean, is that really overpowered? You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing in endgame? You know, are you going to have a whole bunch of Beastmasters doing Kieran and stuff like that? Are you, I don't know, maybe you will. You know what I mean? But I don't see that any differently than having, you know, black mages who can one shot enemies with freaking, you know, end game, you know, black spells. I don't see any different between that. You know, yeah, Beastmaster is powerful right now, but I think there's a lot of jobs that are very powerful. I feel like in parties, I feel like I do a lot of damage with my Dragoon. I hit like a freaking truck in parties, you know, like it's really hard to keep a tank off of me, you know, I'm sorry, an enemy off of me. So yeah, I'm over with that whole Beastmaster thing. I really kind of am. That's just me though. If you feel a different way, let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments below. You know, that's just my take on it. This is a big one, guys. Okay, pay attention. All right, this is serious. Venks, VENKS asks, I think a lot of the community got the impression from the job preview cards that Ninja sub would be weaker, while Ninja main job would stay the same in regards to shadows. I think the current implementation's effect on the leveling experience has a lot of people confused. Would it be possible to expand on the team's thoughts on Ninja in Horizon? Okay, I'm gonna upvote that right away. I love the way he brought that off. The way he put that was very good. He's not being, you know, argumentative about it. He's being very open-minded. He's being like, look, I think he's again being very constructive. So I love the way he put it. He's saying, look, we've noticed this. A lot of us in the community were believing this or hoping for this, but what we got was this instead. Can you kind of tell us what you guys were thinking? And I think that's a very fair question. A very fair question. Now, if for instance, Beastmaster, if somebody asked that question about Beastmaster that way, I would have upvoted that. You know, but I think it's really like the way that you put certain things, just kind of saying that something is gimped, fix it. I don't really like that, you know, because what level are you in that job? Have you actually tried to play it? You know what I mean? Wasn't Ninja able to solo just about anything, or was that just Red Mage? I don't think that they were able to solo just about anything. They could solo very effectively, but it took them like a light year to do. I mean, or like not a light year, a year to do it. You know, Red Mage is king at soloing, but other jobs can solo too. But Red Mage can solo H&Ms and NMs. Well, we'll see. Who knows now? The Dancer was an easy soloer. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about, we talked about this a little bit earlier about the whole ninja main Sitchioso, but many of you guys were not in chat at that point when we discussed it. So what is your opinion on that, guys? On where ninja is, because I believe, well, you know what? Let's go to the website. Let's go to the website real quick, because I want to read. I want to read the changes directly from the website. Okay, so let's log in. They said they weren't doing anything to ninja main, then they changed it severely. That's what we're going to get into right now, Chunky. So right here it says under job previews ninja. Okay, it says ninja is a versatile job that can tank with its Utsumi shadows while also providing a respectable damage contribution in the right setting. Adjustments have been made to increase ninja's damage capabilities while providing for better options to hold monster enmity. The cost burden and level requirements for some ninjutsu spells have also been slightly eased to encourage players to use historically underutilized ninjutsu spells. Additionally, Utsumi shadow spells have been adjusted to encourage players to place less resilience on the ninja shadow meta and on the slash ninja, which is ninja as a sub-job shadow meta, and adopt a wider variety of sub-jobs. Ninja mains will still benefit more from casting Utsumi than jobs utilizing ninja as a sub-job. Shadows remain completely viable as a form of damage mitigation and tanking even as ninja sub, but players now have more tangible reasons to seek out alternatives, obviously referencing sub-jobs. Now, based off of that right there, I don't think that is basically what happened, according to what I'm hearing from you guys in the community who have been complaining a lot about it. Okay, this is why one of the many reasons I unlocked ninja today, as along with samurai, is because of the fact that I really want to see for myself. I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about this, and I want to see for myself whether or not ninja is, you know, severely diminished its shadow capabilities, you know. So I'll see. Ophelia was in chat a few days ago, and based on some of the things she was saying, it seems like gear is going to play a much bigger role in, you know, your shadows and things like that. So I think that might be something to look at. Once you start getting above level 40, you start getting haste with white mage, I think summoner, maybe red mage, bard can do haste. So you can basically get double hasted. A healer and your bard, you get double hasted, which is going to help you. I don't think not just cast, but your cooldowns as well. So that is going to be something to look forward to, which will help you more. Now, but just keep in mind, guys, it's like when people have been comparing ninja and paladin together, paladin is a main tank job. Okay, they literally have nothing else to do in a group but tank. They don't look that cool. I mean, they kind of do, okay, whatever, but it's not like, wow, we got to take down this big enemy. We need big damage. Let's get a paladin. Said no one ever. Okay, said no one ever. Okay, and there's a lot of things that just you're not going to invite a paladin for, but you will invite like a warrior, because warrior does really, really good damage while being able to get by if you really, really need a tank in a pinch, right? And I kind of think that's the same thing with ninja. Do I think that they should definitely have more than one main tank? Obviously, I think that. So we'll see. We'll see what I think based on after I play it a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me see what you guys said. You said ninja will never replace paladin. True. Ninja damage could be good, but I think ninja damage is going to be at H&Ms though. because if it doesn't tank, it has to do damage to them. Okay. Once Aegis is built on Horizon, Paladin will outshine. that whole paragraph is bullcrap. Okay, Chunky, I like that. I like that. You know, nice contribution to the conversation. I like that. That was really good, bro. That made me laugh. I asked this question: why is it a bad thing for there to be more than Paladin as tanks? Because if there is no Paladin tank in your range, it means you can't party. Then if they are the only one, that's a huge negative in my opinion. I completely agree with you, but Paladin is also not the only tank. Yeah, but they nerfed haste effects on recast timers. Really? Okay, that's the problem with the ninja as a tank. Okay, how badly did they nerf it? You can't just have one main tank job. That's a terrible design, is why people made ninja tanks work. True. You have no idea how bad I wanted to ninja on here. You might still be able to. We'll see. Like I said, I am going to be testing this firsthand because I'm curious and I really want to know how this goes. But I also want to hear their opinion on it. I want them to respond. So I upvoted it. Okay. Nobody's really commented on this one, which is strange. I think people just kind of saw it and it's like, yes, I want to know. And they just upvoted it. Okay.